We all live within a mental architecture of our own making. Think of your comfort zone as a highly customized sanctuary, a structure built from the beliefs you've held for years, the emotional responses you find predictable, and the values you refuse to compromise. This environment is designed to keep the internal temperature perfectly stable. When new data arrives that challenges your worldview, the sanctuary's walls automatically filter it out to maintain a state of low cognitive friction, where you never have to work hard to process an opposing thought. But occasionally, circumstances force us to go against our own flow of thoughts. It feels like driving in the wrong direction on a high-speed road. Every instinctual alarm system in your brain screams that a collision is imminent. To silence that alarm, the vast majority of people pull over. They permanently park themselves within familiar thinking patterns because the alternative, the mental collision, is simply too draining to endure. This cognitive safety feels satisfying in the moment, but it comes at a steep price. Prioritizing comfort over truth blinds us to the broader reality of a situation, and it effectively halts personal evolution. Yet, a rare few choose to do the opposite. These individuals lean into the psychological collision, deliberately testing the strength of their own convictions. Curious, what is the actual tangible yield of this process? Why subject yourself to the intense discomfort of arguing against your own values? Intellectual growth requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing cognitive friction as a threat to be avoided, we have to treat it as an essential diagnostic tool. Choosing the temporary pain of changing your mind results in a massive, lasting expansion of 4 distinct areas of human capability. This is intellectual defiance. It is a private, rigorous inward process, a continuous, honest audit of your own thinking patterns. This audit requires you to actively seek out diverse, opposing viewpoints. Think of a core belief as this dense sphere. When it is struck by opposing viewpoints, the impacts highlight the precise stress points where your logic might be brittle. This pressure results in personal growth. The questioning process shatters the outer layers of false logic and inherited biases, leaving behind a much denser, hard-won inner core of self-discovery. This also improves how you solve problems. Stepping off familiar logical paths allows you to expand your perspective and approach a situation with much greater objectivity. This reveals new, unblocked pathways around obstacles that a comfortable mind simply cannot see. Dismantling the ego's need to be right is the prerequisite for innovation. You cannot find new solutions if you are unwilling to leave the sanctuary of your old ones. These internal shifts eventually manifest in how we interact with the world around us. Enduring the discomfort of processing a viewpoint that contradicts your own is exactly how you build authentic empathy. It requires you to sit with another person's reality without the reflexive need to dismiss it. This practice also builds resilience. This graph tracks adaptability over time. Each mindset shift acts as a rep in the gym, mechanically strengthening your ability to handle change. By training your brain to adapt to internal changes, you prepare it to absorb future shocks without breaking. When you encounter chaotic external challenges, your adaptability remains stable because you've already done the hard work of evolving. Intellectual defiance transforms temporary psychological vulnerability into a durable, unbreakable psychological immune system. The difference between these two states is stark. The comfortable mind is a sealed box, rigid, small, and easily cracked. The intellectually defiant mind is an infinite labyrinth of staircases and archways, expansive, open to the air, and impossible to break. True intellectual enlightenment isn't defined by having all the right answers. It is defined by having the courage to ruthlessly scrutinize the answers you currently hold. Pay close attention the next time you feel an instinctual urge to reject information that opposes your worldview. That feeling of friction is not a signal to retreat. It is the specific moment you need to lean forward and embrace the discomfort of learning something new. Continuously defying your own certainties is the only reliable architecture for a lifetime of growth, empathy, and objective truth.